me tell you a story.
Welcome to My Skeptical Sister.
I'm Megan the Skeptical One.
I'm Erin the Believer. We just gave Rue plenty of things to take out. There's like a dog barking. There's cabinets slamming. Welcome to another day recording.
Day recording, or maybe we're in a haunted house.
Oh.
Nailed it.
That was me as a ghost.
It tracks. You sounded
okay.
just like it. Just like a real ghost.
Good. Yeah, I don't only believe, I can imitate.
You did great.
Thank you.
All right. Well, how's your week been?
My week has been good. It was the last week of school for the kids.
Mm-hmm. Boy, it felt like that 1 week felt like it was about 2 months long.
Yep, it sure did.
Holy moly. Whoever decided to have a whole full week the last week of school.
Yeah, rough. I fell on Monday during field day.
No.
In the whole time I was falling, I just kept thinking, I am a round little potato. Like it just looked like I just felt like I was going to roll and roll and roll. And I didn't. I popped up immediately, but I got the deepest looking bruise I've ever seen on the palm of my left hand.
Hold it up.
Well, now it's gone. It's healed pretty fast.
I saw the pictures on Facebook.
And then I got a big old scratch on my right hand.
Dang,
that really
girl.
hurt. And then I really scratched up my leg. I got a pedicure yesterday and the guy was like, wow. I was like, okay, it's not that bad. It's actually healed quite a bit. Thank you.
Oh, no.
So anyways, it was in front of all the fifth graders.
Oh, gosh. That's the worst part, Erin.
I know. But luckily, only a few of them saw. And the ones who did were like,
empathetic.
Are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. I'm fine. Nobody laughed in my face.
Thank goodness. And if it had to be any grade, at least it was the fifth graders that were moving on.
That's a good way of putting it. Yeah. I mean, they're like the meanest of the grades.
They are, but at least they're not going to, at least they weren't like mean fourth graders that could tease you about it all next year.
Right. That is a very good point that I had not thought of yet. So good job. Silver
That's
lining.
what I'm here for. Silver linings.
How was your week?
It was good. Remember, did I tell you how I fell when I was hiking?
I don't think you did.
I just slipped, and it was just like one of those weird slips, and I just went one knee down. It just looked like all of a sudden I decided to take a knee. But it was, kind of awkward. And Macy James busted out laughing. She thought it was the funniest thing she'd ever seen that her mom had fallen. And then it was Sweet Miles's heart. He was like, Macy, that is not funny.
Aww.
Are you okay, Mom? And I'm like, yeah, that's right, Miles. But no, I had to teach him. I was like, no, it was funny. I did fall. It's okay to laugh at yourself. But man, it hurt.
Yeah.
Just one knee. I've been feeling it ever since, like, I'll move a certain way. I'm like, dang, I don't just fall like I used to.
Yeah, I hate to break this to you, but when we first got Ellie, she pulled me down once when we were like, I don't know, it was stupid. I decided she wanted to run instead of just a walk. And normally I needed her like big collar if we were going to run back when I was trying to be athletic. And but I was like, well, it'll be fine. We'll just go this little block. And she really yanked me and I fell down on my knee. And my knee, I have arthritis building. I can feel it.
Great. Thanks for letting me know.
It hurts when it rains.
Yeah, I think it's there.
Embarrassing.
It is. All from one little fall.
I know. It's awful. Yeah, sorry. Join the club of bad knees.
Right. The glory of getting old.
Yeah. Do you want to hear something truly, truly scary?
Always. That's why we do this podcast.
That I'm like, okay, well, quick spider update. I saw a tiny little spider on my sweater yesterday when I was driving, like on my sweatshirt. And I was like, okay. And I just grabbed him and I just put him right out the window and it was fine.
Right of his life. Poor little guy.
That part was not as scary. So I found that little teeny tiny spider. If you missed last week, I mentioned that I'm pretty sure my house my van has become a spider's nest.
Arachnophobia.
Yes, they're really tiny.
Oh,
so that's
they're
helpful.
So cute.
They are cute. They're not scary. They're so tiny. So that is helpful.
Help until they grow.
Stop. It's fine. So anyways, that's not my scary update.
Okay.
This is my scary update. Okay.
But wait, so you've just found a couple. It's not like full on infestation.
Right. Like I'd say total, I found 5.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay. No, this is not about the spiders. They're my littlest problem now.
Okay.
So I would say about, 2 months ago or something, Sophie requested these like weird specific Cheez-Its. They were like extra, it almost sounded like they were going to be burnt Cheez-Its. It was weird.
I don't know how this is going to get into something scary, but they do have like burnt Cheez-Its.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
And so
they're actually really good.
They are really good. But I was like, well, I've never heard of this. She's like, trust me, they're really good. And so I went to go order it and it was like, this is buy one, get one free. So then we had 2 boxes of it.
Okay.
Right. So we had 2 boxes and before we know it,
Mm-hmm.
she's like, where did that other box of Cheez-Its go? And I was like, I don't know. Maybe your dad took them to work. And so it was like a hunt for the Cheez-Its. Kevin swears up and down. He's like, I didn't even try them. I did not have them.
Right.
So Kevin didn't have them. We asked everybody in the house. We asked Miles, who's here a lot.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't have them. Okay.
My money would be on him.
We immediately were like, well, whatever. Who cares? Threw it out of our mind.
Okay.
Moving on.
All right.
This last week, I bought salami again at Sophie's request. She was like, will you buy salami? You know, I want to make my sandwiches, and she loves salami. I'm like, okay. So I buy salami, and on like Wednesday, I pick up groceries on Saturday or Sunday. Wednesday, she goes to get some, and she's like, are you kidding me? I said, what? She said, there's one piece of salami left. This is all the salami we have left.
Again, my money's on Miles.
We asked Miles, and he swears it wasn't him.
Girl, don't believe that child. He's my kid. He lies. No, I'm not saying I lie. I'm just saying I know him well. He'll lie about food.
Well, okay. I'm hoping it is Miles.
It's Miles.
We asked everybody. Like Kevin, I'm like, we might have a squatter.
Oh, you think you have like a squatter?
Because this is another thing that happened. I forgot a few nights ago, like a week ago, Sophie came in to say goodnight, and she's like, "You want me to just turn off all the lights out there?" I'm like, "Yeah, that'd be great." She turns off all the lights. I see that it's dark outside, or dark like outside of my room.
Right.
The alarm's on. Mm-hmm. Nobody's coming in or out of our house. At 4 a.m, I wake up to go to the bathroom, and it's like bright out there.
Huh.
So like, what in the world? And Sophie used to be
that's also what I was thinking.
She would wake up in the middle of the night and then start getting ready for the day. Like she thought it was morning. And so I was like, oh my gosh, she hasn't done this in a long time. I bet she's doing that. I went and checked on her. She was out cold. Oh. But the lights in the kitchen are very much on. I asked every kid, I'm like, did you get up in the middle of the night?
And she was the last one to go to bed. Yeah.
I said, did you get up in the middle of the night? And nobody ever was like, no, I didn't. And Nora was even like, yeah, I saw them come on.
Oh, that's creepy. That's creepy, Nora.
Yeah. They're right there. So they would see the light come on under the door. They're like, I saw it on. I like had a hard time sleeping, but I fell back asleep, and then I didn't even notice it.
Because they figured it was somebody.
Yes.
Just like Sophie or somebody getting up, getting something.
Yeah. So.
But Sophie's saying, no, I didn't.
Sophie's like, I didn't get up. And I mean, I went and checked. There was no sign that I have caught her awake a few times. Maybe.
Have you asked Miles? Did he sneak over in the middle of the night?
The alarm was on.
Poor Miles. Throwing him and my own kid under the bus.
It was a school night. Like, so nobody was in and out of the house. Everybody went to bed early.
Wow.
And
that
the
is
lights
weird.
were on in the middle of the night. And now all the salami and Cheez-Its are going missing. All of those things.
Do you have an attic?
We do. And once we started piecing all this together, I was like, oh shit, we don't have a squatter. Do we have a squatter? So I told Kevin, I thought quieted enough, but so he was like, shut up. Do we have a squatter? I was like, no, we don't. And he was like, I was just up in the attic the other day. I'm like, were you looking for anything?
Did you see any Cheez-Its?
Oh my gosh.
Remnants of salami.
And now he thinks we're all ridiculous and he won't go look.
Okay, then he doesn't think you're that ridiculous. He's too scared to go look.
Have you seen that?
Oh, yes, where they put the camera up and then it's the guy right there.
Yes.
It's horrible.
It's terrifying. And now I'm like, shit.
Or the one where they record the guy coming out of the basement.
Oh, yeah, that's creepy too.
Oh, my gosh. There's so many squatter videos that are terrifying.
I know. And now I'm like, what the hell? Because nobody was coming into the house. And I don't think a ghost would eat the salami or Cheez-Its.
I don't think ghosts eat.
Exactly.
I don't think there are ghosts.
I don't think the ghosts are eating our food. I think.
Have you checked? Oh, yeah. You got the stuff out of that closet. Have you gone to check all the closets?
There's no attic access in here.
Okay.
So they couldn't be coming from there.
And if they were savvy enough, they could have set up some little device to record your security code, maybe a little camera that you didn't even know was set up, and they get your security code that way. That'd be a super easy way to get in, girl.
We don't turn on our security during the day.
I know.
When we're gone. So
they
Kevin's
just
asleep.
Boop, 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 gotten in.
That would only happen in the middle of the night, and I can hear it. If you open the door, they couldn't get on they could not open the door if the alarm was on, because during
the day is the alarm on?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The day is a possibility because we don't set the alarm during the day.
Kevin's totally asleep.
Kevin's very much asleep. But nobody could come in and out in the middle of the night because we have it set up.
You want to go look?
After this or right now?
Yeah, after this.
Okay. Fuck. I'm really kind of freaked out. There's a part of me that really believes it.
I'll get up there. Oh. I've got my light on.
It's so scary.
Why? What are they going to do?
Shut
Throw a box of Cheez-Its at me?
Shut
Come
up.
on now.
You'd be terrified. And that box is empty by now. They're delicious.
I mean, a box still has corners. It could hurt, but I'm not scared. But yeah, let's go look.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, wouldn't you rather know than not know?
I would rather know. I would rather know. That's true.
But like, what if they come in right before, what if they're just like hiding under one of your kids' beds?
Shut up.
But they only come in like maybe, I don't know, like a part-time squatter. They know your schedule so well. This is a movie, you guys. If this isn't real, somebody should write this whole movie.
I feel like this is a movie, that movie Frogger.
That is true.
But they're like actively trying to mess with you. This feels like a squatter who's just trying to survive.
Maybe. I'm just saying. You got to know whether you have a squatter or not. So we need to go check it out.
Oh, gosh. Do you think they're hearing us talk about it right now?
Yeah.
So
they're already making their plan. I'm going to have to talk about this at my house and do a planned sneak attack.
Okay. But they just heard that too.
Oh, man. So then I guess they're going to have to leave.
I also don't like that we're saying they because it makes me feel like there's
more than one. But you don't have an attic right here above you.
I don't.
Do you?
I don't think so.
Your
no,
new
I don't
part
think
of
so.
your house? So they probably can't unless they hear it through the vent. Although we did just hear our kids outside. We could hear them back here in your room. So who knows how sound travels? It's a mystery.
It really is. Yeah. So anyways, disappearing food and lights ringing on. Hopefully it's a ghost who's hungry. But like I'm actually hoping
or
it's a ghost.
It's probably Miles. It's probably the food part of it. I would not doubt at all that it was Miles. Although a whole box of Cheez-Its, I don't know that he would do that.
Yeah, take a whole box. I mean, the box is gone.
Box. Yeah, I don't think he would take a whole box. I mean, he would probably take like a handful.
Sure.
And here's the telltale. He will never close it back. Like you will have an open bag, stale whatever, after the first handful. So if you didn't find that, it was not Miles.
No, the whole box is gone.
Weird.
Does he like salami?
Oh, loves salami.
Oh, all right. Well,
kid loves salami. But like, would he think to look through your drawer to get salami? Probably. Yeah, he's been getting in the refrigerator since he was like 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Good luck with that. But I mean, the lights on in the middle of the night, that's combined with the other things.
Yeah. It's
Girl, you got a squatter.
That's not something to be excited about.
No, I'm not excited. I'm just saying it's going to be exciting when we go scare him.
Okay.
Here in a minute.
Sure. You go first.
Oh, I will. We got to get a ladder.
Oh, it's a pull down ladder. We got it set up for him.
Ooh, so I'm going to have to pull it down and like real fast. Oh my gosh, this is going to be exciting. Adrenaline will be pumping. Oh, I hope I don't break an ankle. It'll be so much fun. Okay, well, we're going to give you an update next week for sure.
Oh, except we're not because I'm going on vacation.
Oh, man. Sorry, everybody. You're going to have to wait 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully y'all see that I'm still alive.
Yeah, or me. I'm going first.
Yeah, but you don't even live here.
That's true. But I mean, I'll go up there first and just see. Ooh, that'll be fun just to see your attic. I'm getting excited just thinking about it. Okay. I have been watching. I don't have anything scary to report. Because nothing's paranormal in life.
Okay.
No, but I've been watching Sirens. Have you seen this new show?
No.
The verdict is still out, but it seems like it's kind of promising.
Okay.
Kind of seems like somebody has accidentally gotten themselves into a cult.
Oh, I almost did that.
Yep, and so it's multiple times.
Just one really.
It was your mom group, wasn't it? No, girl.
Yeah, just one. There was like, I think that might have been kind of culty.
Yeah. It
happens really mean
to the best of us.
I got sucked in there. It's fine.
Good thing you got out. You're fine.
Yeah.
Well, this one's on. It's on Netflix, and she's one of my least favorite actresses. Is it Julianne Moore?
Oh,
Red hair.
Yeah.
Right. Something about her has always irked me, but in this case, she's kind of supposed to irk you.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But it's 2 sisters, and one of the sisters has kind of fallen into Julianne Moore's cult-like stuff, and she's very creepy, but she's very extremely wealthy.
Okay.
And then the other sister is like kind of trying to like figure out what's going on and kind of save her. Like, is this really a cult, or is she just her assistant, or at what level? And it just keeps getting a little, I'm only 2 episodes in.
Okay.
Just a little bit more creepy every episode.
Oh, nice. Now it's summer. I need just to watch it.
There you go. That's mine. That's my plug for so far. And if it sucks after the 2nd episode, then don't watch it.
Perfect. Yeah. I just finished a book that it was for our book club, and I went to go check it out from Libby.
Mm-hmm.
And when I did, it was like, you finished this book in 2022.
Oh, funny. You've already
It's
read
like,
it.
what? I was like, oh, well, then I'm not going to read it. I'll just reread the back of it and remember what it's about. No, it filled me in on nothing. So
completely out of your head.
So then I said, well, I'm not going to read it. And I told the book club, I'm like, well, I'm not going to read this book. Apparently, I've already read it. And they're like, it was really good. So I was like, fine. I'm like up for it on Libby. I had been waiting for it. So I read it again. I remember about 3% of it.
Isn't that wild?
And it was a great book.
Yeah.
It was called On a Quiet Street. It was very good, very exciting.
Yep.
But apparently not very memorable. So,
well, that's like, what was it the other night when you and I were sitting on the porch? We were talking about how bizarre. Oh, you started talking about a neighbor of ours. Like, we've only lived in our house for 8 years, but a little neighbor girl that if you had not said her name, I would have never thought of that girl again.
Yeah.
And it's just so weird how our brains are like,
you don't need that anymore.
You don't need it anymore. So now it's gone.
Yeah. Super
and then
weird.
You hear about it. You're like, oh, like it almost feels like it's made up in your brain or something.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
Yeah. Brains are weird.
Did you finally watch that video that I was talking about with the hand?
Yes, I did
you watch
it.
the full video?
I did watch the full video.
Isn't that mind-blowing?
It was mind-blowing.
Do you want me to do the experiment on you?
No, it looked horrible.
I think we should do it. I think after we go get the squatter, then let's double down and do some weird video shit. That could be our next TikTok.
Oh.
I'd be down for that. I'd do it.
Sounds horrible. I'll do it to you.
Yeah, but I'm the believer in that. You're not the believer in that.
No, I mean, I watched the video. I believe that can happen.
Okay, so I feel like your brain can fill in gaps and make things happen that aren't really happening.
No, that's
if you don't know what we're talking about the arm experiment where they cover up one arm. I talked about it several episodes ago. David put up a great video, but this was the original video I was talking about.
Oh, I watched the one David posted.
You need to watch the one that I just posted because it's a little bit more scientific.
Oh, okay.
The one that he posted is by the magician.
Yeah.
That does it. And so, credible source, I'm not sure. But this one, I don't know. This is probably not a scientist. But anyway, he's wearing a lab coat. So
well, there you go.
Got to be that guy.
Does he have glasses?
I'm sure he does, but I think he just talks the whole time. But anyway, the guy's reactions are so, like, he's like just mind blown. And it even shows how the other hand, like, you know, the premise, right? He's got his fake hand here, his real hand here, and then his real hand is way over here and it's covered up and his brain can't see it.
Yeah.
So then anything that is done to this fake hand, he feels it as though it's his real hand.
Right.
But you watch, the camera is also recording his real hand that's over here.
Yeah.
So when the scientist touches this hand, this finger flinches over here.
Huh.
As though it's getting touched.
That's so weird.
And it's not. He's touching it on the fake hand.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild. I think that it proves a lot of the things I say.
No, I don't think that at all. I think that the brain is weird, but I think that some things are outside of your brain.
Okay.
And actually happening.
Okay.
Okay. Not condescending at all.
Anyway, that's all I got, though. Well, then, are you ready for some stories?
Yeah, I am. Let's go for it.
All right.
Okay, the subject line of mine is a strange handprint, a missing hairbrush, and something I can't explain. Hi, Megan and Aaron. I've been listening to your podcast for about a year now, and I really appreciate the way you balance the spooky and the skeptical.
You're welcome.
It's honestly helped me look at some odd experiences in my own life with a little more humor and a lot more critical thinking.
Okay, I like that. You're welcome. That was for me.
I don't love that. I don't love that, but it's fine. I'm kidding.
Critical thinking we need more of in this world.
I know, I was kidding. That said, I'm writing to share something that happened last fall in our new house, and while most of it probably could be explained away, there's one part I can't stop thinking about.
Okay.
I'm 42, married, no kids, just us and our 2 cats. We moved into an older craftsman house outside Asheville, North Carolina.
Ooh, I love Asheville.
I know you'd love that. I've never been.
Oh, Aaron, you got to go.
But do you have to like hiking?
No, I didn't hike once while I was there.
Okay.
I mean, you walk to different restaurants and eat.
Oh, I could do that.
Okay.
I'm pretty good at that.
Maybe a little bit of window shopping. Yeah.
Okay. The house is beautiful, but definitely has a mood.
Mm.
You know that feeling you get when you walk into a room and it suddenly feels like you interrupted something?
Oh.
That sounds like my dream. That's how it feels sometimes, especially at night. For the first few months, it was little things. Lights flickering occasionally. We figured it was just old wiring. Doors we were sure we had shut being open the next morning. And one night, Alexa started playing music at 2:30 in the morning with no voice prompt, but we just laughed it off. The first thing that really bothered me happened when I was home alone. My husband was out of town, and I woke up around 3 a.m. to a very distinct tapping sound. It wasn't loud, just steady and deliberate. Oh, I don't like that.
It's annoying.
That's a word you could use.
That would annoy me. I would automatically think that it was something mechanical or...
Okay.
Like, I mean, no robber's going to sit there and tap.
Unless they're trying to mess with you.
Okay.
Like, think of that robber in Panic Room. He would sit there and tap till he woke up. Just someone lightly tapping a fingernail on glass. Ooh, I could do that. ASMR, hold on.
Okay.
Probably slower than that because fast is not creepy. It was coming from the bathroom across the hall. Oh, that could be a drip of water.
Yeah.
I turned on the hallway light and went to check, thinking maybe something had fallen or shifted. There was nothing out of place, but the mirror was fogged up like someone had just gotten out of the shower.
Okay, that is weird.
I
got to think about that one for a minute. Okay.
Yeah.
That's weird.
That's horrible. I hadn't used the bathroom that night, and the door had been open. There was a single handprint in the middle of the mirror.
What?
Just one. Ugh.
Okay. It's okay. It's coming to me, but keep going.
Oh, okay. Sure. I didn't sleep much after that. The next morning, I noticed the fridge door was slightly open. Inside, sitting on the shelf next to the milk carton, was my hairbrush. I hadn't been in that drawer in days, and there's really no explanation for how it ended up there. My first thought was that I was sleepwalking, or maybe one of the cats knocked
your hairbrush into the refrigerator? Even that's a stretch for me.
So it knocked it in somehow, but the fridge was closed, and the brush was clean, dry, and sitting upright like someone had just placed it there. Yeah, that's
I've
weird.
got that debunk in my head. Go ahead.
Oh, right. Good grief. Simmer down. I tried not to dwell on it. I even laughed about it with a friend who suggested I might be more stressed than I realized. But about a week later, I was digging through the guest room closet for extra blankets and found a small wooden box tucked in the corner. Oh, dear.
Wait, what? So somewhere where it shouldn't be?
No, that she's just finding a box tucked in the corner. We're about to find out. Okay. Probably going to have some old ancient curse.
Boy, you really are have an imagination there.
Do I? It looked old, like something that hadn't been touched in years.
But this is her house and her items, but she didn't recognize it?
She's finding a box she's never seen before.
Okay.
Inside was a black and white photo of a woman standing on the front porch of our house. Oh, that is so creepy and so cool. I didn't recognize her. She looked like she was in her late 30s or early 40s, and the picture felt dated. Maybe from the 1950s based on her clothes. On the back of the photo, written in faded ink, it said, "To Sarah, with love. I'll never leave." Ew.
Ooh.
Oh, shit. My name is Sarah.
What? Why did you say oh shit to that part?
Because on the back of that old photo, it said, "To Sarah,
the author's
with
name
love."
I was thinking this was still what was written.
No, my name is Sarah. I don't know this woman.
Sarah. Oh, that made my hair on my legs grow.
Yep.
So the picture is written to Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
And what did it say?
With love, I'll never leave.
With no name? They're not going to introduce themselves?
Nope.
With love, I'll never leave. Huh. Okay.
I asked the previous owners if they had left anything behind in the house, and they said no. Everything else, maybe you could explain. Maybe. But I can't get past that photo. Thanks for reading, and thanks for the podcast. I'd love to hear what you both think. Sarah in North Carolina.
Oh, well, Sarah, I would say that's interesting that's the one that you can debunk. The one that I would have the hardest time debunking would be the foggy handprint.
Yeah, for sure the foggy
because
handprint.
there's more than just one Sarah in the world.
Yeah, and Sarah's a pretty common name.
Sarah's a pretty common name, so I could see, while that's like a huge coincidence, it could have actually been somebody she knew. And, you're going to call somebody and say, "Did you leave anything in the house?" But they don't remember that photo. They don't remember that little box. It could have been just something that was tucked away.
Yeah, and if it's all the way from the 50s,
it might not even been theirs. Could have been the previous owners.
Yeah, or like that movie, what's that movie that's so good? No, Frequency, where he goes and he hides the relic so that he can find it in present day. That movie is so freaking good.
I don't remember any of it.
It is one of my favorite
Skeleton
movies.
Key. I love Skeleton Key.
I think Frequency might be top 5 favorite movies for me.
Really? Don't remember a thing
I love it.
Maybe a movie night.
Oh, it's not scary. Well, there's
it's a perfect Detweiler night then.
It would actually be a perfect Detweiler. There's a tiny bit, there's like a murder situation.
Detweiler, would you be okay with that? Let us know.
Mm-hmm. Summer. It's time for a free movie night.
Yeah, there you go.
I did buy it on Amazon. I think you'd have to buy it.
Oh, well, then that's not free anymore, Aaron. That takes out the whole idea of a free movie night. Okay, we'll keep looking. But Skeleton Key, if that ever comes out streaming somewhere, we're gonna watch that one. That's a good one.
I don't remember anything about that one.
Oh, it's so good.
I know I've seen it, but I don't remember.
It's creepy. Okay, I'm gonna say here's where my mind goes. Oh, okay. The handprint one. That to me really is the hardest one to debunk.
Yeah, because even if I feel like you could debunk your handprint if you knew why the mirror was foggy.
Right. The handprint itself is not, because you could, somebody could lean up against a mirror. They're doing something fun. Sorry, I started picturing all sorts of scenarios. I'm like, ooh, that last one was kind of fun. But anyway, I'll try to get back to it. Anyway, their hand is oily. It's got something on it. Yeah. They put their handprint there, but it's not as noticeable until it's foggy. So I'm wondering though, is it was a little bit of water left on, maybe in the bathtub, or I don't know. That one's tricky for me. That one is pretty hard to say. Was the rest of the room foggy? It just said the mirror was foggy, didn't it?
The mirror was fogged up. That's so weird.
I don't know enough about chemistry or chemical.
I know enough about living, and that's never happened.
Yeah, it's never happened, but it doesn't mean it can't happen. Oh, Jen, our cousin Jen, remember she's like a rocket scientist.
Yep.
Rocket Man. Okay, can you tell us, Jen, what would cause a chemical reaction that could fog something up without the presence of water? That's a stumper. I bet it's happened, but I don't know enough about chemistry to know what is making it happen.
I don't know. That's creepy.
Okay.
What was your debunk for the mirror and the hairbrush?
Oh, that one's easy because I do this all the time. You've got
weird.
You've got a million things in your head. You're stressed out. Your brain is going. You're doing a very mundane task, like brushing your hair while you're rushing around, getting ready. Imagine you super busy in the morning. You got kids over here. You're hollering and fussing at them. You're brushing your hair. You need both of your hands to pull something out of the refrigerator. You put the hairbrush down so that you can pull that out of you forget completely that you're brushing your hair. You turn, you put that pot down, you shut the refrigerator door. You're so busy, your brain thinks that you've already brushed your hair's ready to go. You get in the car, you forget about that hairbrush.
Yeah.
Until the next time you're like, oh, there's my hairbrush.
Yeah, I would never do that with my hairbrush because I don't really use my hairbrush very much.
I don't either. I never brush my hair.
I never brush my hair. I'm glad to hear that you don't either.
Well, our hair is so straight and fine.
Yeah. I'll just run my fingers through my hair and that's all I need to do.
I only need a hairbrush for the rat's nest of a child that lives with me. But other than that, I do not. You know what's a really funny? One time we had a black teacher who had a white student, and the white student said that she had a rat's nest in her hair. And the black teacher came to me and said, "Do you think I need to call CPS because she's got rats living in her hair?" And I said, "What are you talking about?" But that's a white term that in black culture, it's not used, a rat's nest.
Oh, goodness.
When I finally dissected it all down, I was laughing. The teacher are laughing so hard. I'm like, no, white people say rat's nest when their hair just gets all tangled up. I was like, she doesn't really mean she has a rat's nest.
Poor thing. Oh, and I love how she wasn't like, I will take care of you immediately. She's like, I'm going to go higher up.
This is a lot. I need to go to somebody and let them know that you have rats living in your hair.
Oh my gosh. I think that's hilarious.
Anyway, but yeah, I've got a kid that has rat's nest in her hair. So I have to brush it out. And that's the only reason why I have a brush.
Yeah.
But if you are somebody who has got long hair and you have to sit there and brush out your hair, I could see how a busy, chaotic morning could cause you to accidentally leave that hairbrush and just totally forget that you ever did it.
Yeah, I could see that too.
Yeah.
And she even said, her friend was like, you're a little more stressed out.
Right. Are you a little more stressed out than usual?
Right.
And then the Sarah picture one, it's the creepiest one out of all three.
It could really be a very big coincidence. And I could even give you that because Sarah is a common name.
Yeah.
I mean, it is
quasi-threatening.
I'll never leave.
Yeah, but what if it's written to her
romantic.
love of her life, and she's like, I'll never leave you. Maybe he has abandonment issues that they just found out in marriage therapy, something like that. And then all of a sudden it's like, I'll never leave you. I love always Sarah. Or no, to Sarah.
Yeah, to Sarah.
A lesbian couple. That's
could be.
exciting back in those times.
Right.
And it's exciting now, but scandalous maybe back then. But yeah, so there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, the handprint. Well, not the handprint, but the foggy mirror is for sure.
Yeah,
the scariest
that
part
one's
for
the
me.
one that's stumping me a little bit.
Yeah, and now I can't stop thinking about when Nora used to get the rat's nest all the time in her hair. So I'd have to give her like vinegar treatments.
I used to give her vinegar treatments too.
Yeah, it was the only thing that would ever get him out. And one time when she was like 4 or 5, you know the story, but they don't. I was putting vinegar in her hair, and she goes,
"Oh yes,
it smells like people." I was like, "What?" She goes, "Like lonely people."
Vinegar smells like lonely people.
Oh gosh.
Oh, it's hilarious.
It's
I
so
guess
funny.
if you smelled a lot like vinegar, you'd be pretty lonely.
You'd be pretty lonely. Some song came on the radio a couple years ago called Lonely People. And I said, look, this song's about vinegar.
Oh, they've always been the funniest kid in everything that they say. It's hilarious.
I know.
And their birthday today. Happy birthday, Nora.
It's Nora's birthday today. Got a 13-year-old, 2 teenagers in the house.
That's crazy.
Going through a big phase of clown makeup.
I'm here for it.
Yeah,
I love
I'm glad
it.
you are.
I think it's very artistic, and I'm down for it. And listen, I get to be the fun aunt who supports them in everything that they're going to go do.
I've not told them to not do it. I did tell them don't do it at school, and guess what they did last day of school? Full clown makeup.
And took a picture with their assistant principal.
Yep.
Who was like, this kid.
So weird. They did get a ray of sunshine from an award from their teachers.
I love that.
I know. I was like, you really are a ray of sunshine. You're a weird little ray of sunshine.
A weird little ray of sunshine that you're not your typical super uber bubbly that you think would get that award.
Yeah.
But absolutely a ray of sunshine.
I know.
Oh, I love that award for them. That's so cute.
I know. Yeah. They're one of a kind.
Vinegar.
Okay.
Smells like lonely people.
There's our title, Lonely People.
Lonely People. Okay. Okay, so my story is from Reddit tonight.
Okay.
So it just starts in. I admit I have no actual memory of this experience, but my mom told me this story around 3 years ago when I was 32, and this story happened when I was 2 years old. My mother was raised in a very tiny fundamentalist Christian community and had no belief in the paranormal. She believed that our souls sleep, and that's in quotation marks, sleep until Judgment Day or something like this. Ergo, there are no ghosts or spirits to haunt houses.
So like you don't go to heaven when you die?
You
go and you just
dormant.
Wait.
You're dormant until Judgment Day.
Oh, okay. That's
interesting, isn't it?
I've never heard of that theory.
I feel like I have. I feel like there are a lot of religions that actually believe that.
Huh.
Or they believe that like on Judgment Day, your spirit will rise up. Like, don't you remember that from like movies?
That. I've definitely heard that, but I guess
not necessarily that they're dormant until then.
Yeah, I guess maybe I thought they were like up in heaven and then they just get to ascend even higher.
No,
super
I don't think
heaven.
they ascend until Judgment Day is what some religions believe.
Like the superstore version of heaven.
Okay.
Free samples for everybody.
Costco, baby. Every Saturday.
Man.
Heaven is Saturday every day. Even over 30 years later, she still sounded terrified as she told me the story. This woman, who always talks way too loud, was literally whispering by the end of it, and she was white as a sheet. I believed her completely and still do. And then in parentheses, my mom never talks about stuff like this. I'm just glad I can't remember it too. In 1988, my parents had their second child. This was my brother, Victor, and then in parentheses, alias.
Okay.
We were very crowded in our rented flat with 2 babies. My parents decided to move to a rambling old 2-story farmhouse on the 7-acre plot in southern Ohio for more room for our family. It was way out in the sticks and took almost an hour to get to town from there. My mom said the first time I saw the house, I freaked out. I was crying and saying things like, don't. Mean house, mean house, ugly house, I don't like.
Oh my gosh.
Scary house, mama, I don't like. My mom said that this behavior was very out of character for me, but I stopped complaining about the house after a few weeks, so she just chalked it up to the stress of the move.
She was like, well, too bad. We're going in.
Yeah. Hey, did you see our last apartment? Tough titty, said the kitty kid. Get in here. Now, this house was and that was a very country term I just threw out there. Sorry, everybody.
It was. But feels appropriate for southern Ohio.
It does.
I've driven through Ohio. There are some rural parts.
There sure are.
A lot of Jesus saves signs painted on barns.
They all say tough titty, said the kitty.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Now this house was ramshackled AF and in the middle of nowhere. The kitchen was to the far rear of the house, and until recently before we moved in, still had a working ancient wood-burning cooking stove against the back wall.
Wow.
This had caught the back wall on fire a couple months before we moved in.
Yikes.
And caused a lot of damage. A lot of this damage wasn't fixed, so my young broke parents got a very cheap rent agreement. Gotta love the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
On the second floor, directly above the kitchen, was a locked room. The landlord claimed that it had heavy fire damage, but her son, who had done the repairs, claimed the only fire damage left was in the kitchen since it had been the worst and was beyond his skill level to fix. Either way, the landlord was adamant that the room was off limits, and my parents always respected that. I would have looked 100%. LOL.
Or is that what you're saying or what they're saying?
No, that's what they're saying.
Oh,
I would have looked
too.
100% LOL.
I would have absolutely looked.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not going to live in a place where I can't look in a room.
Where I don't know what's in one locked room?
Absolutely not.
I don't need to go rummage through it, but I'm going to peek in there to make sure nothing's like amiss.
Yeah.
For sure. I know all of this because I heard stories about that crappy farmhouse with the creepy door my whole life, and there were pictures of us in it, in and around the farmhouse. The locked door was right next to the upstairs landing, so there was no avoiding it, and both my parents have told me that it gave them the creeps.
Ugh.
A few months after we moved in, my mother and I were in the yard with our Doberman/pit bull mix, Boss. She was hanging laundry, and I was rolling around with the dog.
What was the dog's name?
Boss.
That's a really cute name for a dog.
It is a cute name. She said that...
Oh, dear.
No, you think you found a name?
I don't know. We're looking. We're looking.
Boss is pretty cute.
Boss is very cute.
She said that just as she noticed that everything was way too silent, Boss started going ape shit from surprisingly far away, about 500 yards from the house on the left where there was some small duck pond. Boss was in between the two, running towards my mom, then turning and running back towards the pond, barking frantically the whole time.
Ooh.
Remember, she's a 2-year-old.
Okay.
And she's out there in the yard.
Oh, no. So we're thinking maybe...
That's where my mind is going
Yikes.
to. My mom saw something thrashing around in the middle of the pond. She took off towards the water full speed.
Oh, my gosh.
Boss beat her there and dragged me out of the water himself.
Oh, my gosh.
I know, in the parentheses, thank you, Pupper, love you. Although my mom was confused how I got so far so fast and how I got into the center of the pond since it was over my head and I couldn't swim.
Whoa.
That's weird. She figured she underestimated me and brought in the baby gates and playpens.
Ugh.
I was to be contained from now on. And remember, they were just playing right next to her.
Yeah, that
And she's sitting there and all of a sudden it's quiet and now they're like way far away and she's in the middle of the pond.
That is so scary.
Ooh, that is creepy.
That is creepy, but like, yeah,
it's just terrifying.
Terrifying.
A few weeks later, she was cooking downstairs. Boss was outside, Victor asleep in his crib, and I was in my playpen in my, now you're locked in, baby,
Yep.
in my room upstairs. I also had a gate on my door and one at the top of the stairs. The stairs ran up from the side of the kitchen, so my mom said that she could listen for us crying or fussing while cooking. My mom said no longer than 15 minutes after the last time she looked in on us, Boss started going crazy again in the yard. She runs up to check on us. Victor's still sleeping. Every baby gate is still shut and locked, but I am not in my room.
Oh my gosh.
Terrifying.
Sounds like you.
Yeah, right. Or they're after you.
No, but
like me.
Yes,
I thought
like you.
Oh, yeah.
Megan was an escape artist, and
yes, I was.
According to our mother, up and crawling at 6 months old.
There's no way. She would always say that. I'm like,
it
Mom.
was so creepy the way she would say it. She was up on like all of her legs.
She would say like a rodent. I'm like, oh, no, that's just not flattering, nice. Mom. Not very nice.
And she'd scurry. Like she'd
scurry
imitate
like a little rodent.
Ooh, it was awful.
That sounds like I was like a devil child. Jeez. That's terrifying. She runs up to check on us. Victor's still sleeping. Every baby gate is still shut and locked, but I am not in my room. A frenzied search reveals that I'm not in the house at all. A sudden image of Boss saving me from the drowning causes my mom to rush outside to see what he's trying to tell her this time. She said he was running circles in the yard, barking uncontrollably. When she got outside, he took off towards the right, away from the pond. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
For a minute, you'd be like, okay, at least it's not the pond. He would run ahead, turn around, and bark at my mother. What a good dog this dog is. Wait for her to catch up a little before racing off again. He ended up leading her almost 1.5 miles out onto the dirt road.
For 15 minutes?
Yeah. Could you imagine?
No, that was 15 minutes that she had just checked on that baby.
Yeah, right. In 15 minutes, now we're all of a sudden going all the way to a dirt road.
Oh my gosh.
He ended up leading her almost 1.5 miles out onto the dirt road that separated our property from our neighbors. He led her to a thick stand of trees on our neighborhood side of the rocky drive. She said that what hit her first was the foul stench of advanced decay.
Oh.
She plowed into the trees with her heart in her throat and her stomach full of ice. She said she noticed many piles of corrugated tin, tarps, tires, and other debris. Peeking under the sheet of tin, she discovered the extremely decomposed corpse of a butchered cow.
Oh, gross.
Oh,
and also,
gosh.
I don't know what half of those words mean.
I know. This is a very good author.
I don't know what miasma means, and I don't know what Cairns
I'm going
mean.
to say the miasma is like the smell was permeating.
Oh.
It was like emanating most strongly from the
Okay.
junkyard.
Okay.
Those are my context clues. I could be totally off. Stephanie,
Okay.
let us know. Peeking under a sheet of tin, she discovered the extremely decomposed corpse of a butchered cow. As she headed deeper into the thicket, there were tree covers where the tree cover was denser. She said less care was taken to cover up the remains. Grisly pieces of bones and rotted chunks of bovine littered the area.
Gross.
Apparently, our neighbor, in an effort to cheat his taxes, had been illegally slaughtering cattle and hiding the remains in at least one of the few thick strands of trees around.
I'm sorry. How does that help your taxes?
Well, I guess because like you're not
I'm just going to start murdering cows?
well, he's probably selling it. He's probably taking the cows,
Oh, gosh.
butchering them, selling them, but not
Under the table. He's
right.
selling them.
It's under the
Okay.
table. And
Okay.
so he probably doesn't have like a legit business and he's just getting rid of the stuff without like having to pay for proper.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Crazy. She found me in the dead center of this thicket,
No.
just standing there looking around like I was confused, surrounded by carnage.
Ew.
Oh, this little baby. Could you imagine?
That's horrible.
She said I didn't seem scared or anything, just standing. She rushed over to me and after...
That's like basically the origin story of Dexter, and we know how that guy turned out.
Right. Although the carnage was his mother. Ooh.
Oh, I know.
Ooh.
Maybe
Awkward.
the cow was a close...
Like a pet. She said I didn't seem scared or anything, just standing. She rushed over to me and after ascertaining that I wasn't injured, began questioning me on why I was there, how I got there, etc. Keep in mind that although my mother said I started speaking very young, I still didn't have much of a vocabulary. She said I told her with that serious look only small children can give that the children brought me here.
Oh, no,
shit.
thank you.
Oh, that's so creepy. Shatting her pants.
I bet. Oh, man.
Shatting her pants at the thought that anyone, even children, could walk right past her through the kitchen, get me from upstairs and walk me right past her and walk down the stairs and out with me. She demanded to know what children and where the hell they are now. I looked at her dead serious and told her the ones that live with us in the room at the top of the stairs and that I didn't see them anymore.
No. I don't like that at all.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, it's so creepy. After a moment of stunned silence, she started asking all kinds of questions about these children.
Uh-huh.
However, she told me that I refused to say anything else. She said as long as she questioned me about what happened, I would just stand there staring at her with a serious expression and my mouth closed. She said the same pattern held true every time she brought it up. Yeah, because I imagine you're like, okay, I'll let it rest now, but we're going to talk about this later.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Ugh, no, thank you.
She said the same pattern held true every time she brought it up to me, so she was always left wondering and immediately began hounding my dad about moving closer to town. While the incident with me getting to the pond was highly unlikely, it was at least remotely possible. My mother is adamant that me being in the hidden slaughter yard that day was flat impossible. She says there is no way I could have even known that it was out there, much less had the ability to open and relock the baby gates, get downstairs past her, and end up almost 2 miles down the road and in this place in under 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I was only 2 and as slow and as clumsy as most toddlers. She's like, as most toddlers. Like I was pretty high advanced. As I said, she is still shaken by this after 30 years. Personally, I have no idea what happened that day. I've thought about hypnosis, but haven't yet decided if I really want to remember.
Oh, please do it.
That'd be wild. Maybe it's better to let it be a mystery because whatever the fuck those things were, I really don't think they were children.
Oh my gosh, that's so creepy. It's so hard being a parent when your kid says something creepy and you just have to sit there and be like, I'm sure it's fine.
Right. Like you want to validate emotions and feelings, but golly, when they're the creepy one.
Yeah. Oh no, these children who just are all around me all the time drag me to the lake.
Yeah, it's so creepy. Okay, it's so creepy, but here's my like very far out there. I'm just going to go ahead and say it.
Okay.
Very far out there, but like, and very movie-esque. So like that story, I believe that story happened.
Okay.
My debunk is going to be a bit of a stretch.
Okay. Well, they always are.
Hey now. Hey now. I don't know if that's true. I even give you evidence. Like I show you that weird arm video. So you don't even take the time to watch. It's fine.
I watched one of them. I'll watch yours after we catch our squatter.
Oh, I forgot we're doing that. That'll be fun. Okay. So it either will or it won't.
Yeah.
But either way, we're going to have a story. Or at least one of us will.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. What if like they're way out in the country and you remember that X-Files episode that like was so crazy that they took off?
Yeah, the incest
ones.
Oh my gosh, I'll never forget that one.
But like, okay, so just go with me for a minute.
Okay.
These are made up fictional people, so I'm not going to feel bad saying all this. But like, what if it was like way deep in the country that it was like a family like that? Because remember, if you haven't seen it, I don't even know if you can find it anywhere unless you have it recorded somewhere, but it's an episode where it was an incestual family. And while they were, of course, very slow cognitively in some ways, they were very advanced and like savvy and survival and different things like that. So what if this was like, this is something along those lines? Like they're actually people that maybe either live out in the woods or they live close by that are kind of like that family. And they spot this kid and they take off with this kid all the way to the water. The dog starts barking. This part's horrible. Trigger warning, but this is also just Megan's imagination.
Okay.
Throws the baby in the pond.
Oh gosh.
I know, it's horrible. But like, and then runs off because the dog is like going nuts. And then the same thing. They sneak into the house. They're getting the kid further and further away. The dog is going crazy. They just have to abandon the baby and get away. And maybe they look smaller than normal, like children, because they're so deformed and incestuous. And I don't know. If none of that made sense, go watch that episode, if you can find it, of X-Files.
Yeah.
It is super creepy.
It is the creepiest X-Files there's ever been.
But can't you picture that whole scenario?
I mean, a little bit, but I feel like probably you would see that. So I'm still going to go ghost, but I do like the debunk.
Yeah. Okay.
Because that.
Oh, well, thanks.
Because that X-Files like really
I'll never forget it.
I'm sure I saw it one time.
And I've seen it twice. Once with you when we were kids, and it was like, we are way too young to be watching this.
Yeah.
And you were definitely way too young to be watching it because I used to sneak you in.
I'm so much younger.
I know. Stop that. Look, I almost agreed until I realized what you were saying. But I used to sneak you in and make you watch it, and you'd be so scared and like crying. Yeah. And like, shh, don't give it away,
It was
Erin.
so scary.
And I was like, if you cry, then mom's never going to let us go back here and watch these things again. Because she had no idea what we were watching. She thought we were like in there watching like Ren and Stimpy, which no she wasn't. She wouldn't let us watch that either.
Mom hated that. I loved Ren and Stimpy.
I loved Ren and Stimpy. Oh, and now
log. It's better than that. It's good. It's log. It's everyone's favorite wood.
And that one eye, that vein.
Yes, it was so gross.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, if my kids were watching it now, I would not let them watch Ren and Stimpy.
I would not let my kids watch Ren and Stimpy.
So fucking weird.
100% not. No,
but I loved it.
Gross. Yeah, I absolutely loved it.
Yep. Well, anyway, but mom had no idea what we were back there watching. Care Bears. That's probably what she thought we were.
Sure.
We were like, turn the lights off, and then you would get so scared, like, shh, be quiet.
Yeah.
So much fun.
Yeah.
But anyway, watch that episode, and then you'll see what I'm talking about. Like crazy wood people that are like out to get a baby. I don't know if they're going to eat the baby or raise the baby for their own. I don't know why they want the baby, but they want the baby.
Oh, yeah.
Very creepy.
It was very creepy.
Ugh, I feel like that could be written into a little short story movie or something.
100%. 100%. I'd watch it. Wow.
Okay.
That was a lot.
That was a lot. Good episode. 2 very scary stories, I feel like.
And now we get to find a squatter.
Oh, I can't wait.
Oh, yeah. That's one way of putting it.
And I'm also even more motivated knowing that we don't have to get a ladder out. Like, when I was picturing us getting a ladder out, I thought,
we probably won't do this.
We're going to say this, but we probably won't do it. But now that I know, all we got to do is pull it down.
You pull it down and a ladder comes out.
100%
That was so expensive. We had to do that.
Oh, 100% I'm doing it.
Okay. Do you have a fan favorite?
I do. I'm so glad you asked.
You're welcome.
Okay. This week's fan favorite is the lovely Aisha.
I think I've noticed Aisha.
Well, so Aisha, okay, here's what's funny is that I thought, okay, what does it take to be a fan favorite?
Literally one source of contact ever.
Yeah, so she's got one and it's perfect. Well, I started looking through and I'm like, if you were added to the group by me or by you, well, that's because, we added you. Even if you were added by a fan of ours,
you might not
still
really
added,
listen.
You might not really listen. But if you joined yourself, then you joined. You were like, oh, I've heard your podcast.
Literally couldn't be a lower bar.
And not true. I could have picked somebody who was added by you or me.
That's true. Okay.
So there we go.
There's a tiny bar.
Well, listen, this is what Aisha says. Aisha does listen, so there is that.
Okay, good.
Okay, because that's my figure. I'm like, you can support us in lots of ways.
Absolutely.
You know what the best way to support us is? Listening.
Yeah.
Right?
For sure.
But you might not be super active on Facebook. You might not be super active here. But the biggest thing you could do is listen to our podcast.
That's right.
Okay. So I thought, how can I figure out those people? The ones who joined on their own.
Absolutely.
Right.
I love it. I love it.
Good reasoning.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay. Thank you. All right. So Aisha says, thank you. I feel a little bad accepting as I mainly lurk on your Facebook page. I'll send you a story in the future to make up for it.
Perfect.
We'll take it, Aisha.
And
I
love a lurker. It's fine. No, well, not my squatter. I don't love the squatter lurker.
You don't like squatters, but lurkers, you're okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Digital lurkers.
There we go.
You're welcome.
There you go. Come looky-loo all you want.
All my actual accounts are set to private, so it's fine. Lurk in here.
I don't have anything to plug, but I do have a quick PSA, and this is a great PSA. With summertime on its way, please take care of your pets. My husband does animal control for our town, and I often hear about the failings of pet owners.
Oh.
If you have to leave your pets outside, make sure they have plenty of fresh water and a shady place to retreat to.
Yeah.
When doing outdoor activities, remember, if the ground is too hot for you, for your feet, then it's too hot for theirs. Stick to grass or go out during cooler parts of the day. They're not machines, they're living creatures. Also, consider using paw wax, which I didn't even know was a thing.
Me either.
To help protect their pads, which I will definitely look into that because I'll send my dogs outside, not on like super, super hot days. I'll just send them out for a little bit, but our dogs love to be outside.
Your dogs do love to be outside.
But then I worry about their paws being on like the concrete because they don't go to the grass. They would rather be on the concrete, which is weird. You'd think that they would know.
Yeah.
But I'll look into some paw wax. Thank you for the underdeserved spotlight. I'd like to shout out you too.
Aisha, hush your mouth.
Aisha,
You let me lick your nose.
You deserve it.
Get in here.
Now, Aaron says that nobody deserves it, but you deserve it.
No, I didn't say that nobody deserves it. I just said that nobody cares about this segment.
I bet Aisha does. You know who cares?
I'm kidding.
All of the little puppies out there who now have waxed paws.
That's true. I didn't know anything about it. And we're about to start looking for a dog, everybody.
Okay, well, wax their paws, Aaron.
I will.
Oh, Aisha, I tell you what.
I don't even have any concrete in my backyard.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm so excited about,
But when you take them on a walk.
I know. And I'm going to start doing that.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm excited about?
What?
I couldn't just let Ellie out in the back and let her play outside unattended.
Uh-huh.
Because as much as y'all loved Ellie, she was a monster to other dogs, and she hated the neighbor's dog 2 doors down.
And would jump the fence and attack him.
Yeah, she would do anything she could to get to him. I'm a little surprised we haven't been sued by them, if I'm being fully honest. But now I'm like, we'll get a sweet little puppy.
Oh, I know. And I wanted to introduce our dogs immediately. Early on.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can all go hiking. And by that, I mean, you can take my dog hiking with you guys.
But we can all go walking for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can't take both of mine at one time. That's way too much. But, anyway, nobody cares about this part. Back to... Sorry, everybody. That we slipped into porch sit and talk, where we just go ahead and talk about mundane things all day long. Oh, sorry.
I know people are like, "Oh, it's so fun." It's like we're sitting there with you. You're like, "No, if you were really sitting there with us,
oh my gosh,
you'd be so
most
bored."
boring conversation you could ever imagine. Talking about which dogs we take on our walks.
Which route should we take?
We go up the stairs in Miasma.
Miasma's really bugging me again.
Maybe that's our name, Miasma.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Thank you for the underdeserved spotlight. I'd like to shout out you two. I came across your channel, so I'm guessing the YouTube channel.
Okay.
Last
oh my
Halloween,
gosh.
I know. Last Halloween, and have been slowly making my way through every episode.
Aw.
Thank you for the laughs. Might I recommend a collab with Jim Harold? And I don't know who that is.
Oh, Jim Harold, he's big. Listen, might you suggest that to Jim Harold?
Aisha, you heard that here.
Yeah.
Might you do that?
Yeah.
And then, of course, of course, listen to my comeback. I said, this is perfect.
You're so
And
clever.
then I said, see what I did there? With a little winky face. Whatever. Aisha thinks I'm hilarious. And then I said, just joining our Facebook page and listening helps more than you know. Lurk away. And then I said some other things. Oh, I did say, I'm embarrassed to say I don't know who Jim Harold is, but I'm guessing someone in the paranormal
I know
world.
Jim Harold. Yeah, he's got a podcast where like people, it's like Jim Harold campfire stories. And then people will like call in and tell their
that
ghost
does kind of
stories.
sound familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah, Aisha, if you know him, please set up a collab for us.
Listen.
Aisha's now our roadie. Like she's going to.
I feel like
set
this
up
is a
things.
call to anybody. If you listen to the bigger podcasts that have more listeners than us, which is like every other podcast.
Start, like, what is that called?
Yeah, just harangue them. No, I'm kidding.
Harangue them. What's it called? Poach. Go poach those listeners and bring them over here.
Yeah. Birdie's already trying. You just go out and you be like, hey, Em and Christine, hey, and that's by a drink.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Two Girls, One Ghost. Hey, Jim Harold.
Mm-hmm.
You should listen to this podcast.
Yeah, hit this
If we
podcast
go
up.
out, we sound desperate.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Don't think I haven't done it on occasion. That's why we got Marin.
We get desperate from time to time. That's
When
how
I
we got married.
Drink married.
I mean, just, I'm just kidding.
I got a little too drunk one night after recording, and I was like, I bet Marin from Remember podcast. I was like,
yeah.
I bet she'd love us. Turns she did.
She did love us.
Girl, you still listening? Probably not. This is a test. I'm not going to tell you.
Marin, I bet you are. I bet Marin does still listen.
I love her.
You still fangirl out over Marin.
I do.
Well, thank you so much, Aisha. Thank you for listening. Thank you for lurking. We thank you for all of your support.
Yes, thank you. And if you guys want to lurk away, you can join our social medias on Facebook, Instagram. Sometimes we'll do TikTok. What if we did a TikTok after our
Squatter?
Let's
Okay.
let's TikTok the squatter.
Okay, let's TikTok the squatter. I love it.
Okay. So join our TikTok, join any of those. You can also rate, review, subscribe. That really helps a lot. You can go to our website, myskepticalsister.com, where you can find our merch. It's live and it's super cute.
Hey.
We've got crew necks, t-shirts, zip-up hoodies, and a bougie hoodie. And we also have stickers for sale and magnets for sale on there. And you can write your stories in directly from our website. You can find out how to become a Patreon. You could join for free to be a patron and get occasional bonus content. Or you could join for just $3 little a month, and that gets you 15% off merchandise.
There you go.
It gets you weekly content.
Mm-hmm.
It gets you a sticker and a magnet. And $5 a month gets you all that plus our monthly movie night. And let's see, you could also write us in at myskepticalsister@gmail.com, and you could love us forever. I don't know. I feel like I got everything right.
I think you did.
Okay. Thank you guys so much. I feel like we've been talking for 3 hours. So we're going to hop off here. Good night.
Don't let the screen door hit you where the good Lord split you. Southern for tonight.
Yeah, sure.
La 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 la.
Hey, pause for just a second. Because I was listening, but I was also picturing myself in Asheville. I went back there real quick to all the places.
Okay.
Are they visiting here or they live there?
They live here for
Okay.
about a year.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I remember that part now. Sorry. The stairs.
The stairs. Hold on. Let me go out and get
It
some
sounded like
cigarettes.
The Beetlejuice lady who's got her neck. Well, that was weird. She said, oh, I'm sorry. That's not weird at all. I read it wrong. Let's try this again.